In the early hours, before the city wakes, before the traffic, before the noise, there are men standing quietly in their gardens, eyes fixed on the sky. For generations, pigeon racing was more than a sport in Britain. It was a way of life. Passed down through back streets, clubrooms, and lofts built by hand. In places like Manchester and Salford, pigeon racing once thrived. Thousands of men and boys, entire communities bound together by birds that could find their way home from hundreds of miles away. Today, only a few remain. They are known as pigeon fanciers, respected, decorated, men whose names mean something, not to the world at large, but to those who understand what it takes to win. They've raced through decades of change, through lost clubs, through empty lofts, through a new world that no longer looks up, and yet they're still here. This is their world, built on patience, instinct, obsession, and love for an animal most people pass without noticing. These men are not chasing fame. They are chasing a moment when a bird breaks the skyline and everything they've given to the sport comes rushing home. This story is about the birds and the men who refuse to let them disappear. In Ancoats, surrounded by brick, steel, and the memory of industry, Steve Maylett keeps his birds. Steve is a pigeon man in the truest sense, not a hobbyist, not a casual keeper. His reputation is built on results, on patience, and on birds that have come home when it mattered most. A big race is coming, and like every race before it, everything depends on what happens in the sky. But this next race has a lot more riding on it for Steve.
Well, after last year I said I wouldn't do it again, but then I've got a few of the lads saying, come on, it's a good crack, gets everyone together. And sometimes you get to my age and your mates slip away and they're busy and I'm busy, and it's a great get together. Plus, as much promotion as you can give this sport, the better. And this day tomorrow gets a lot of views, if you like, and it is good promoting the sport. So a lot of my mates who have said I might leave it have smithered to death out of me to do it again. Again, after this year, I said I might not do it again because I'm still chasing idiots about for the money who've said in the pub, I'll have a go, and then you phone them up and you can't get hold of them. So the reason why people are asking me what's in the prize money, and I say I don't know, because I'm still waiting for money today and the race is tomorrow. But they promised they'll be here after work, so I can't sort the prize money out properly till everyone's paid. But the good thing is I've sold more pigeons this year than I've ever sold before anyway, so the prize money is going to be better than ever. And it'll be a good day tomorrow, can't wait for it.
What was that first seed that was planted in your brain that really, you know, can you take us back to that when your first time you got a pigeon?
Not really, no, because you've got to go back from being, I don't know, probably about 8 or 9, 7. And it was only the point of animals, all animals, have had everything. We've had the pigeons, budgies, ferrets, dogs, everything. Even as a kid, I just wanted everything. Just keeping sparrows, anything we could keep, birds or cats, dogs, anything. I've always wanted it. And the main thing is, whatever I get, I want more and more. And that's all we've got with these pigeons now. Over the years, when we first started off, we were something like about, I don't know, 12 pair of racers, and we had about 25, 30 young uns. Then it went on, when we got involved with Les and all that, like, it was just something changed. We went from one stage and jumped, like, say, from not the bottom of the ladder, third of the bottom to right to the top. And that's it. It's just the excitement of people as well. You like to see people who's excited about pigeons and talk about pigeons. That's all it is. But going back to say, what was your first thing? It's just catching pigeons in the street, keeping them in a box. We used to live in a flat. We used to keep them in a box on the veranda, and that was it. The excitement of it. And then my dad used to just go, when we went to bed, he let them out. So we had to go and find other pigeons then. And then you went from there into the streets, and if you seen a pigeon with a ring on, that was exciting. That was a full day excitement, trying to catch that pigeon. And once you caught it, didn't put it in the box again, and Dad let it out again. So, I don't know, it's just different now. It's not the same as it was. Pigeons are not the same as it was. People are not the same. So there's not as many people involved in it as it was. So it gets a little bit harder now to race the pigeons.
Why do you think that is?
I can't tell you. Like, I don't know. Well, everybody's different now, aren't they? It's not like it was when we was kids 50 years or 70 years ago. When we was kids, we was all into pigeons, and it's like all the mates of what we've got. We're all round pigeons. It's like Les, John Crean. You know, like we're good mates with him, and we grew up. Well, pretty much Les is like 12 years younger than me, or 11 years younger, but he was a good one when he was a kid, same as John Crean. Just natural, and Steve Maylett, same, natural. I know Steve since he was a kid as well. Yeah. So we're old men now. When I knew them, I was in my 20s, and they was only kids then. But I'd say we're old men now. And I think it's coming to an end. Hope you don't fall over that drinker there behind you.
We're in sunny Salford, which is obviously in Manchester. I've had pigeons now for 21 years. My life just revolves around them, basically. It's what I do full time. This loft here, this is the race loft. That's there's where the stock pigeons are, where you breed your pigeons, and that is my old bird loft for this year. I also have an online website where we sell other people's pigeons, and we get a commission off that, and we sell fanciers from all over the UK and beyond. So that's mainly where the main wage comes from. Obviously, with your reputation and the good pigeons that you have, you sell a few off them and make a few quid that way. Just basically that. I mean, it's not life-changing money, but it pays for me to work from home, see my kids and enjoy my hobby to the full capacity. Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way, really.
It's took you around the world, John.
Yeah, I've been everywhere. I've been South Africa, I've been China, I'm going Thailand in January, everywhere, yeah. This is some of the main pigeons from the past. This pigeon won first Open National from 5,500 pigeons from France and Senis. The remarkable thing about that is I only sent the one, and that's why I got the name Solo Warrior. This is a young hen that won the Midland National into Manchester. I think I'm the only person in the Northwest to have won both the Midland National and the National Flying Club, because they're two different clubs. I don't think anyone else has won them. These two are pigeons that represented Great Britain in the Olympiad, the Pigeon Olympiad. This was just another good hen that won a couple of big races, Northwest Grand National and Top the Fed. And This was a pigeon that won the Northwest Region Armistice race. It was to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee, and there was 527 members, sent 4,408 pigeons, and he won that. It was called Ceasefire. So yeah, that's a couple of the main ones. I first had my first ever racing pigeon. My dad got it for me because when I was a kid I was forever going in old buildings and nicking eggs, you know, well, pigeon eggs and bringing them home, trying to hatch them. So my dad was sick of it, so he built me a little rabbit hutch on legs basically. It was about 3 foot by 3 foot. And he got me 2 pigeons off his friend who lives in Hume. And that was 1982. I remember the ring number, it was 82J16242. That was the first one I ever got. And I just used to watch them and let them out. And then my dad started racing pigeons with his friend on the local church here. And that was where it grew from then. And then obviously I got a bit older. I had met my girlfriend, I had first kids. And then I just give up for probably about 8 years while I went out and did what lads do and stuff. And then when I had her, my second daughter, Lois, in 2003, that was when I got the lofts and went fully blown into it.
Well, I was born into pigeons. My dad had pigeons back in the early 70s and they just gripped me straight away. Could never stay out of the loft. Probably a bit of a pain in the arse to my dad, really. I was that keen. And then my dad turned into to be the convoy for the Border Mal. So I used to go on the wagons with him. The convoyer is the lad who liberates the pigeons. He takes the pigeons on a Friday night, gets the weather forecast, feeds them, waters them if needed, and then does the liberation on a Saturday. And then I later became the convoy once my dad packed in, and that's how I got into it. When I was younger, I was always fascinated by birds in general, which obviously turned into the other birds later in life. But I was always gripped by birds, and obviously with having pigeons in the back garden, they're just a second nature to me. Well, I'm 50-year-old now. I'm 51 in December, so you can safely say I've done it for 48 years easy. Pigeon racing, for me, years ago, was always an hobby for probably everyone. In the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, it was just an hobby, and I'd say that a lot of the guys was at the club on a Friday and a Saturday to get away from the missus and enjoy a pint with the lads, and they didn't really care about the result, a lot of them. Over the years it's become more professional now. It's a way of life for some people, it's an income for some people. But for myself, I still work all week and look forward to a Friday night down at the club. Once the pigeons have got on the wagon, you kind of get that relieved feeling. You can just sit back, relax, because there's nothing more you can do now. You've done all the work in the week. Have a pint, and then Saturday, hopefully, if things go your way, you can be happy again and have another pint. But now it's just a way of life for some people. It's all about results and getting results to sell pigeons, and I've nothing against that, nothing at all. It's just, I feel it's sometimes unfair on the working class fancier who's got to go to work at a certain time and then come home for a certain time. Yeah, but I think pigeon racing is the most unfair sport anyway.
Why would you say that, son?
It's because loft location, it's one of the biggest topics in the sport, and you can't change Mother Nature. The wind always favours the pigeon that flies with the wind rather than against the wind. And then obviously you've got the lads who are at home with the pigeons all day that can probably go training when the weather's... I can wake up sometimes in the morning and you can't see the end of the garden. Then through the day, the weather clears, the lad who's at home can then just basket his pigeons and get a quick training toss in, whereas mine wouldn't have even been out that morning for exercise. But sometimes I feel it can work in the other direction, where the pigeons are kind of in a routine. Mine, they know that when I get here at 5 o'clock in the morning, they're not going to get fed. They've got to go out to work, come back in after an hour, then they're getting fed. Even the dog's on the routine. When I leave for work, he knows I'm going to work and he just gets in his kennels because I lock him in because I don't leave him out all day in case a pigeon comes back that's lost. So even he's on the routine. So I think there's arguments for and arguments against, but primarily pigeon racing is the most unfair sport going. It's one of the only sports you get called for being successful instead of applauded.
Who calls you? What do you mean?
All the lads who can't be asked putting the work in.
If today is a bad day, got you crying, feeling sore, going this way, going that way, where life's heading, you're not sure. If today is a bad day for love, well, maybe there's a reason your happiness is on the slide. Yeah, could be just the season. The moon and stars don't wanna shine. If today is a bad day, don't give up, for something tells me tomorrow's gonna be a good day for love. Yes, a little bird told me tomorrow's gonna be a good day for us.
I've been a member of this club since I was 5, 1972. My dad had pigeons, my granddad, my great-granddad.
In the blood.
Yeah, it does get, once it's in your
All
blood,
the
it never goes.
conversation never was as a kid growing up.
Never goes. Doesn't matter. I mean, I had them as a kid, and then I've lived abroad for 20 years. And as soon as I came back to the UK during COVID, August 2019, got a couple of birds to fly around the house. And now my gardens have been overtaken by pigeon lofts, much to the wife's she's not happy, but
one of the best things about pigeon flying is the characters that are in it. There's two sides to this sport. There's the racing, and then there's a social side. Not everybody can win, so you've got to enjoy the social side. And there's lots of great characters in this sport.
oh, plenty, plenty of characters.
So you've got the same mindset, and you all love birds. But pardon, on the birds of a feather flock together.
Well, yeah, spot on, yeah.
That's the way it goes. So yeah, once pigeons are in your blood, it'll never go. Even if you go away from the sport, you still miss it every day, and you're still in touch with the lads who are still flying and enjoying the birds.
Yeah, you've got your own pigeons. You love your own pigeons, and if they don't win, you still love them.
Just taking the empty baskets off from last week, and then we'll put the ones what we filled up with our pigeons back on. So,
And then where is this then going this time?
Then they'll go to Cheltenham Racecourse. It's a racecourse, isn't it? Yeah. You know where the horses race from? Cheltenham Racecourse. Yeah. They'll be going there tonight, and then they'll chill out. And then they'll phone the secretary, and the race controller will tell him what time the pigeons are going to let go. And then the driver or the race controller will phone the secretary. The secretary will phone the members, tell them what time the birds are let go, and then you can work it out yourself. It's 108 miles. Sometimes you can do 108 mile in 108 minutes. All depends on the wind.
I found wings sewn from the city's noise, papered over sorrow with a child's voice. We learned to stand on ledges and forgive the fall. County street light brass before the call. We folded every map to find us all.
We've flown in this backyard for the last 30 years, on and off professionally. Depending what's going on in your life is what you can do with your pigeons. If everything's good in life, you can really put your time in with the pigeons, but you know, life will dictate what you can do. But over the 30 years racing in this very small backyard, we've had some real good success, flying against what I consider the best in the Northwest. The likes of Ray, Les, John, even Steve, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, top fanciers in their own right. But we've played about with them in this small backyard with a small team of pigeons. I don't know, I couldn't imagine not racing pigeons because I've always done it. I often think if I packed up, what would I do? And, you know, I'm always reluctant to just carry on doing what I'm doing. And, you know, Saturday on a Saturday here waiting for the pigeons, and that first pigeon, you know, your nerves are a disgrace to say the least. But once you get the first one, it settles down, and then the phone rings and you're ringing round who's got the best. And, you know, and it's, for me, it's good for us because, you know, it shows that we can look after them well and, you know, get them in that tip-top condition. Because without tip-top condition, no matter how good your pigeons are, you're never going to win now. So for me, the secret is looking after them well. Then when you can do that, it's down to the pigeons. If the pigeons are no good, they're no good, no matter how good you condition. So there's a bit of both involved, you know. First you need the pigeon, but then you need to be able to condition them for the event or the events that they're going to. My name's Rab Davis, this is my dad Ray. So we fly in Chorlton, South Manchester. We've had some good highs in this backyard. We've won Bamford's Gold Ring, won it twice back to back, won £3,500 on a Saturday, took the kids on holiday. Following year went in the same competition expecting nothing because I'd won it, and we won it again and won another £3,500, and it was like, whoa, this is mental, you know. They're just the sort of days, Chris, that, you know, I suppose kept you in the sport. You know, you're flying against all these people and you're doing this in a small backyard on a council estate. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's definitely good stuff. The problem we have today is with the kids. You know, they're born into a world of millennium world. It's everything's, you know, they can press a button and have it delivered. They can drive through a restaurant and have it given to them. Really hard to get the kids involved, Chris, today. Yeah, I think it's either in your blood or it's not. I have a few grandkids now that when they're round, they're with me, they're in the lofts, and I just hope that, you know, one of them, when they grow up, might take an interest into it, because it is a wonderful sport, but it's a dying sport.
The kids need a bit of background. How it all started. Where did he start? He started through me. Where did I start? In Salford, the docks, catching pigeons. But it was like bred into him, where today the kids have got no interest. Like he's already told you, they want the phone or they want the iPad. And that's the way the world's gone with them. And again, it's a shame, because it's the greatest sport in the world. I don't care what anybody says. You know, it's not, I'll be in next week or I'll do that next week. It's every day it has to be done. So again, it could occupy the kids' minds. Look now, winter. What is it for kids to do? Nothing. If I had our grandchildren here now, I've had them in there scraping out, haven't I? You know what I mean?
So it's some space, this, isn't it, for pigeon? It's almost like
The perfect pigeon space,
It's
pigeon
ideal,
loft.
mate, yeah, because a lot of people, when they come here, they get a shock when they come from the front of the house to the back. You see the space and that, not overlooked, it's all open. It's ideal for pigeons. The pigeons are very content here, to be honest. So what we have here, Chris, is like, we have the breeding loft, that's where all the breeders live. They have their own space. This loft to your right is where the youngsters race. So the pigeons of the year, they get weaned into there from the breeding loft. They're kept in there, they race to their bean babies. And then as they get to yearlings and old birds, older, they go into that loft, and that's their loft for life then. They're racing that for the next 4 or 5 years. So that's like the old bird widowwood loft. That's what we call the young bird loft. And behind us is what we call the breeding loft. That's probably the most important loft, because that's where the magic's made. That's where you put all the parents together and you breed your future champions. Come on, I'll show you inside.
Oh, brilliant. Before we go, I mean, look at it. What's this here then, Liz? These are all...
Oh, this is the lineage of my pigeons, the family tree. All the pigeons stem from him. He was like a national ace champion of Belgium. And what he did, he went on to be the second national ace champion of Belgium. Then he bred the first national ace. And all his lineage, all his children, cousins, they all breed winners. So I've modelled my family all around him. And last 2024, I had the ace sprint pigeon of all England. And that was a grandson of him. That was off one of his daughters.
And you still keep these going. You're selling these. We'll talk about it in a bit, but you have a business where you... So all the ones you're selling now come from these great lineages.
Well, at the minute, like he's in Fairtown now, and all my breeders from him, they've come to being 5-year-old. They come to the 6th year. Now it's time to move them on and keep a younger team and let someone else use them for next, because they're in the prime now at 5-year-old. So we're giving people a chance to buy some really good proven pigeons, and I'll just keep all the babies from them and go again. I like to keep a younger team if I can. And it's a massive investment, because in the latter years, to buy one from him direct would do a 50 grand. I don't own him. I've never owned him. I don't own any of them. I have children of them.
Okay. Right.
But he was a fortune to buy off.
So if I wanted to buy a couple of small birds from that lineage, what are we looking at?
Well, the starting price is for them around about £1,000, 1,500 quid each, to start it off with good bloodlines. Yeah. But obviously, the thing to do is you buy them off the races, they're cheaper, because they cost you nothing, you bred them. So you can always help people out with cheaper pigeons there, but just as good. But to buy direct, it's like anything, the closer to the tree you go, the more it costs.
Do you ever, like you said, it might not be from a lineage or they're not quite, but do you ever get one that just comes through that just surprises everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it could be from anywhere. I had a pigeon years ago, and it wasn't particularly well bred. He was way down the line, but he had great character. And I just loved the pigeon, not because of how he was bred, it was just something about him. He turned out to be a phenomenal breeder. He bred the ace pigeon of all England again, a sprint pigeon. He was just a one-off. And you would never have picked him out on his shape or his size or nothing other than his character. His breeding wasn't particularly fantastic. It was just something about the pigeon's character that you liked. And it proved to be one of the best pigeons I've ever owned. Just look.
Let's go see these birds.
That's all you need where we live. So this is the breeding loft, mate. Turn the light on for you, so it's a bit of a shitty day, isn't it?
It's a bit cold as well, isn't it?
Oh, it's not. They've got feathers, it's all right. So this is the breeders living here, mate. So each breeder will have its own box. At the minute, these are all the young breeders. So I'm giving them a chance to claim a box, because the older breeders will bully them if they're in here. So all the older boxes are locked. So the older cocks are away at the moment. So the younger cocks have got a chance now to claim a box. So they've been here almost a fortnight, and now they're claiming the boxes. So once they claim that box, I'll bring the old one back in, and then they'll fight out between themselves, and each male will own a box. So we obviously all connected, and he'll own that box. And when you put the females in, he'll bring the female to him, and the couple are now breeding them boxes. They're the breeding boxes. So we try to keep things as simple as I can now, Chris, to be honest, because I go away a lot with the pigeons, and my missus has to look after the pigeons. So we installed these belts a few years ago. So the pigeons' droppings go through there onto the belt, and you just turn them on, and all the pigeon dung travels along the belt, hits the blade and goes into a box. So it makes life much, much easier.
Pretty nifty, that.
Yeah, it's good. So I have them in all the lofts. You just switch them on like that.
That's great.
Yeah, the ship comes rolling down here. It's these blades. It's pretty clever, really. The shit hits the blades and just drops into that box. Saves a lot of time, mate. No, I bought them from Germany. It's fortune. Remortgage them. This is a nice environment for the pigeons. You have plenty of room, they can flap about, they've got an area, they can get weather on them.
You keep a clean loft there.
I do keep it, yeah, I don't think it makes much difference to the pigeons, but as long as it's dry. But to me, I like to keep it clean. It's easier for me to walk in and out, isn't it? So I like to keep it clean. This time of year, you don't do a lot because it's a dormant time of year, really. So once you get into the breeding season, mid-December, January, then your work really starts. And you'll be out here probably 4 or 5 hours a day, working on cleaning them, watching the floors and looking after them, make sure they get everything they need and to breed the babies. Because obviously the better condition you have them in, the better the quality of the youngsters. So it's a full-time job, really. For people like me, it is anyway. I'm a bit lucky, really, Chris, because other lads have to go to work, don't they? And this is my work. This is what I do. I stay at home looking after pigeons all the time.
Your job is doing something you love, so it's...
Yeah, it's like a dream come true. You make a kind of bit of a living out of your hobby. Yeah. So I don't think I'll ever be a millionaire, but inside I'm a millionaire because I live a life like a millionaire because I do what I want. So that's priceless, to be fair.
Freedom, that's what it is.
Yes, yeah, I'm not dictated to by anyone.
Yeah.
Other than pigeons. They dictate when I go on holiday, when I go away.
And the wife?
She had her say. She's used to it all, mate. We've been together since we was kids. Yeah. We met at school, me and her.
She has to like pigeons, then.
Oh, she can't eat a full one.
I've never traveled all alone or built a fire on my own, but I know I can, 'cause it's all in my hands. I'm gonna let this fire grow, learn what the world wants me to know, watch the embers glow, gonna take a long way home.
It's just gone 9 o'clock. Where are we up to? Are the birds been liberated yet?
No, they've not been liberated yet as such, but I've had a text message saying there'll be an update at 9:30. Now that update might mean that we're going to tell you that the birds have been liberated at 9:15 or so. Earlier on, I think they was expecting them to get them up at 9 o'clock, but I don't think that's the case. All the boys are arriving quick and fast now, so if the birds go up at 9:30, the race will be over in a couple of hours, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. But it won't be a fast race anyway, there's not a lot of wind about, but it still won't be a long race anyway, so yeah.
Salford massive
winner.
You are Salford massive. Turkey teeth.
What did you do with the winnings in the end?
What did you do with the winnings?
There, say it again. 241 30.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
He said it. You Salford. You know that. Come on, Christopher Club. Get him on Alpalago. Come on, that's ambulance.
Yeah, then.
Ambulance firm.
What did you do with the winnings in the end?
What did I do with the winnings? Floodlights. I spent it on the wife. I did really.
You said you were going to got the teeth done. You said you was going to go away as well. You ended up going away on holiday.
Spent it all.
How much did you win?
Only 10 grand now, is it?
No, it's not. Yeah. You light the fire with that every morning usually.
Win that every year.
Here's the boxing firm. Right, boy, Liam. What will you do with the winnings if you win this one? It's out to you, is it? A bit, you know,
What we spend it tonight?
well, you got a baby on the way now, haven't you? So it's got to be on that. That's the right answer.
Yeah. Was what you spend it on? I don't know. What are you going to spend it?
I just hope I win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're winners. These are winners. They've always been winners. So,
Always.
yeah.
Nice one, mate.
What about yourself, gentlemen? What do you do with the winnings if you win today?
My partner.
That's a good answer. That's probably the right one as well.
In case she's watching.
Hey, Ant, it's a good turnout here again for the pigeon race. How many of these have you done?
My first one, this.
First one.
Yeah, first one I've been to, and I'm hoping to win. And if I do win, I will tax my car and give the rest to Scotty out to Bradford. That's all I've got to say.
Mine should be due in about 5 minutes or so. Cheers, Will. So just get my little trapper out now. So what that way? Hey? No, this is can't fly. This my trapper. So when the pigeon comes, sometimes it's used to come in with other pigeons.
Right, got you.
So if you get one on your own, it'll think, where's all the pigeons gone?
Right, got you.
So I'll just use this as a trapper.
Got you.
It looks to you like it's on its own then.
Right, got you.
So step over there then, please.
First pigeon is 1208 to the 39.
08 to 39.
No, what's the ring number?
The ring number, the first ring number is 25V
25V
018
018
98.
98.
Blue N.
Blue N.
Second pigeon,
Yeah.
GB 25B 99.
9. Yeah.
Your third pigeon,
Yeah.
25D
Yeah.
1744.
4. Yeah. 4.
Fourth pigeon, 25B
B.
B again.
Yeah.
26096.
Yeah.
Fifth pigeon, 25D.
D. £1,000 is D 17404.
What's the H on the end?
Oh, yes! GB 25.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Final boss. In fifth prize, but how much?
1,500.
GB 25D 476 26.
He's not getting kicked out tonight. He's going to give us double this week.
Well done.
You're waiting for the big party then.
Right, in fourth place, and it's £2,000. It's GB 25B B for Bertha 26096.
Yes! Try it home, you bastard! Try it home! Fucking be trying all week!
Check it.
Yes, Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
Go on, Nate. You won't be in half an hour. Third prize, the £4
GB 25D 17444.
What should I do with your money, Warren? By the way, Warren's not here. This is just his mate.
Hey, Ray, it was fucking sealed that when I give it you.
Second prize is for £6 grand. GB 25B 269. Well done.
Say hello to the camera. Won it again.
Neil and Tom, me and my 2 brothers, £2 each.
Oh, lovely.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's mine unborn. I can tell it's not fucking mine.
Oh, come on, play it in. You've seen it already.
GB
Mine, it was close, though.
V.
Beat a bit.
898.
Back here, Lisa. Oh, you're not here. Not in there.
Oh,
They said back here,
You know. Well, yeah, that's it. Another year, mate. You know,
Good winners.
bit of excitement, mate. Good. It's a good way to do it that way, wasn't it, Anne? Very good start.
Thanks for the day, mate. Cheers, mate.
As the day draws to a close, the sky begins to quiet again, one by one. They return, some early, some late, some not at all. For the men we've met, this is more than a result, more than a race. It's a lifetime. In back gardens, in lofts above the noise of the city, traditions are still being held together by those who will not see it be a thing of the past. These men, the Pigeon Fanciers of Manchester, carry something that can't be measured in trophies or prize money. They carry history, discipline, patience, and a bond between man and bird that has outlived generations. But time moves on. The streets are different now. The clubs are quieter. The voices fewer. And yet, the birds still fly. In 2026, Pigeon racing stands at a crossroads. Not finished, not forgotten, but waiting. Waiting for new hands to open the loft doors. New eyes to look to the sky. New hearts to feel what these men have felt for a lifetime. Because this was never just about pigeons. It's about belonging, purpose, and the quiet thrill of something finding its way home. The birds will keep flying. The question is, who will follow them next?
Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower near yon pure crystal fountain. Whither will you go, lassie, go? If my true love, she were gone,